Hi there, Loy from LoyMachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Today the date is 23rd July 2017. Time right now is 6:22 in the morning. No, evening. What am I saying? Yeah, evening. Okay, a question that I received from one of my readers. How to begin life after 35 and succeed? What can you do to make it big? Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say like, oh, age is just a number. You can achieve success anytime. Even at the age of 70 and 90, there was this runner who started running at the age of 90, and now at the age of 97, she's a marathon runner running around the world. You can also do it now. Listen, I'm not going to give you that bullshit, okay? Every person's unique. Every person's different. And an exception to the rule does not make it the rule, okay? Now, how to begin life after 35? 35 is not old. Okay, 35 is not old. 35 is a phase in your life where obviously you're no longer 20, so your body has biologically kind of become older, and there are a lot more responsibilities. And especially if you couple the fact that some people at the age of 35 have children, have responsibilities, it does become challenging. Let's say, for example, you were 16 and you had to do your MBA. It's fairly easy because all you got to do is study. Parents are working, you don't have to go to work, you just have to study. But when you become 35 and you have to do your MBA, obviously you have to go to work in the morning, get up on time, go to work, and then come back by the time it's 8 o'clock and you're tired, and then you need to study for your MBA, which is tougher. And if you are a mother, then you need to get up instead of, let's say, 5 o'clock, you need to get up 4:30 or 4 o'clock, cook for the children, prepare their stuff, get them up, leave them to school, and do all of that, and then in between the day pick them up, and at the end of the day make sure they study while you do your studies, or wait until they go to sleep and you have a small window of opportunity to study. And if you're a single parent, that's even more worse. And if you're a parent and you have an abusive husband, or you have a husband that doesn't support you, that's even more worse. And if you have parents that need to be taken care of. So there are different levels. Now, I do not know what is your situation, but I'm assuming that the reason that you're asking me is because your situation is not straightforward. Now, I do not know if you have children. I do not know if you're a single parent, if your husband or your wife is supportive. I don't know if you're a man or woman. I don't know if your family supports you. So there are many, many factors. Now, there is no one size that fits all. Okay, there's no one size. But here's what I can tell you. Nobody knows your life more than you do. Nobody knows you more than you. So the first thing what I think you should ask yourself is, what do you think is practically possible? Be realistic. What do you think is possible? Because I can't tell a married woman with children, dump your children and go be free. You can't do that. Or I can't tell somebody who is maybe with their old parents, just leave them. They are a burden towards your goals. No, I have met. You'll not believe. I met this girl in Thailand. She's in Bangkok. Is incredibly ambitious. I mean, she deserves to be in Hollywood. But do you know why she has refused movies on? Because her grandma is old and dying. And if she were to leave her grandma, grandma would die because her grandma loves her so much. And a grandma cannot travel because of her old age. So she has said no to so many offers. I met one guy who is in Dubai. The guy he has the potential to be a CEO, but he can't because his wife is absolutely abusive. And when I told him, divorce your wife, he can't divorce his wife because he has 2 kids and he loves both his kids, and his wife would take custody. So there are a lot of complications. It's not so straightforward as we hear in motivational talks and books and all that. So the first thing is, your life, your situation, evaluate that. Evaluate and ask yourself what you can do, what you cannot do. Be realistic about it, okay? But what you can do is what I want you to work on. What you cannot do, just accept it. So if you can't leave, dump your kids, fine. What can I do with my kids? If you can't divorce your spouse, fine. What can I do with my spouse? So first is be realistic and take something realistic that you can work on. But make sure that you're in control of that situation. Otherwise, you work very hard, and let's say, for example, I start building up a sculpture that will get world-renowned recognition, but then my children come and destroy it, or my husband comes and destroys it, or my wife comes and destroys it. No, have something that you can gain perfect control on and that you can work on, and work on for a long-term basis. Okay, because it makes no sense working on 2 years on something and giving it up short, something that 10 years or 20 years you're going to work on. Okay, so that is the first thing. Second one, what obviously you can have control on. Third one is, you have said, what can you do to make it big? Now, you need to define what is big. There are some people who have only 2 people working in their company, and they make they make $10,000 net profit every week. There are people who have like 500 people in their company, and they make like maybe $5,000 every week. So if you ask both of them are equally happy, because one guy says, I don't care, I don't want to have a big company, I don't mind having something very small. Well, the guy who has 500 employees says, oh, I like having something really big, showing off, being everywhere. So you need to figure out what is your definition of big. Be very specific. And this is one thing which I've told people, be as specific as possible. Jot it down to the final T. It's like, for example, when I wanted to marry my wife, I made sure I described everything from the age. What was the age group? I didn't say just any age. No, I knew the age, 20 to 25 or 27 max. Then obviously a girl who didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't go for parties, slim, long hair, so many factors. I jotted down to the exact T, and to my biggest surprise, I just got lucky. I got a girl who fits all those areas, all, everything. I'm not even exaggerating. Everything, because in between I got these other girls who I could have married, but I said no. So in answer to your question, how to begin life after 35, evaluate your plus your minuses, evaluate your situation, evaluate who you are, what you can do, what you can't do, write it down, be specific, be realistic, and define it specifically what you mean by big, how much money, how much power, where, what, everything else. And only work on something where you have perfect control on, which you can work for a long time on, and what you believe you can absolutely dedicate the rest of your life to. Otherwise, half the way and you'll give it up. So I hope this answers your question. And yes, please listen, don't forget, do subscribe to my channel, do share my videos, and if you can put a comment, I'll really appreciate. Let me know what you think. It's always good to hear from you. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com, who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding, man or woman, whoever you are. I hope this answered your question. Thank you very much for sending me your questions. Any other questions? Love to hear from you. This is me signing off for now. Bye.